Welcome all of you in today's lecture of physics. Or today's topic of discussion is dimension. Actually, it is related with the physical quantities. We know very well that जैसे कि आप जानते हो mass, length, time, temperature and all these seven quantities are fundamental quantity. Or velocity, acceleration, force, electric intensity. These are few quantities which are given to us. Actual dimension means what? This is the first question. How it is related with the given quantity with the fundamental quantity, and the last one is how dimension can be obtained with the help of certain process. So let me begin. Dimension means what? Actually, what happened whenever you are expressing certain given quantity, just like velocity, acceleration, force, these given quantity depends upon this fundamental quantity. The dependence of this quantity on the fundamental quantity is expressed, is given in terms of dimension. Fundamental quantities are actually written in terms of their initial letter, just capital M for mass, L for length, time T, temperature K, electric current I, or you may say capital A, luminosity intensity J, amount of substance. This is the physical quantity, which is the fundamental quantity, is expressed in terms of capital M. Dimension of this velocity, which depends upon this fundamental quantity or basic quantity, or you may say basic unit, can be written just like this: m raised to 0, l raised to 1, t raised to minus 1. This is the dimension of velocity. What does it mean? It means that the given quantity velocity depends on length, means displacement. This velocity depends upon time. Actually, this dependence is shown in terms of their index, or you may say power. Here, index of length is 1, that of t is minus 1. Means by how much amount this given quantity depends on this fundamental quantity. इसका मतलब ये हुआ, velocity does not depends upon mass, that's why m raised to 0. वैसे ही velocity also does not depends upon temperature, electric current and other this fundamental quantity. That's why I haven't had written there. M raised to 0, L raised to 1, T raised to 1, minus 1 is the dimension of velocity. This is the meaning of dimension of velocity. Similarly, you can obtain the dimension of acceleration. And let me clear, dimension is written in terms of this square bracket. Dimension of acceleration is m raised to 0, L raised to 1, T raised to minus 2. इसका मतलब ये हुआ, acceleration depends upon the length, acceleration depends upon the time, but acceleration depends upon the length with power 1 and acceleration depends upon the time with power minus 2. इसका मतलब ये भी हो सकता है कि acceleration does not depends upon the mass and does not depends on other fundamental quantity. This is how the dimension means what. Bottom line sentence, dimension ये एक्सप्रेस करता है, ये शो करता है कि गिवन क्वांटिटी फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटी को किस तरह डिपेंड्स करती है. Just similarly, we can see here that if I want to find out the unit of this velocity, it can be written in terms of these fundamental units. Length is measured in terms of meter. That's why the unit of length is meter. Its power of length is 1. That's why meter raised to 1. Similarly, time is measured in terms of second, and second with its power as minus 1. Therefore, meter per second, or it can be written just like this, meter per second. This is how I can say that with the help of dimension, I obtain unit of the given quantity. वैसे ही dimension of acceleration m raised to 0, L raised to 1, T raised to 1, minus 2. From this I can obtain the unit of acceleration. How? L raised to 1 means meter raised to 1. Here capital M raised to 0. Capital M represent mass in terms of kilogram. As it raised to 0, it is not necessary to write down kilogram there. L raised to 1, meter raised to 1. T raised to minus 2, T is times second raised to minus 2. Means meter per second square can be written like this. meter upon second square or square second. So this is how the dimension of force is m raised to 1, l raised to 1, t raised to minus 2. This means that the given quantity force depends upon the fundamental quantity mass with index 1. Given quantity force depends upon the fundamental quantity length with index 1. The given quantity force depends upon the fundamental quantity time with index minus 2. Dependence of given quantity on fundamental quantity is written in terms of powers given to this fundamental quantity. This is called the dimension. And another way, I can obtain the unit of this force also. M raised to 1 mass. Mass is measured in terms of kilogram, means kilogram raised to 1. L raised to 1 length. Length is measured in terms of meter. Meter raised to 1. T raised to minus 2 means second. Second raised to minus 2 equal to kilogram meter per second square. So this is how I can say that the unit of given quantity also obtained with the help of dimension. There is alternative unit of this force also, SI unit is Newton, but that can be also equated as kilogram meter per second square. So if someone asks you what is dimension, you have to answer that dimension means dependence of given quantity on fundamental quantity in terms of power of fundamental quantity. उसका ये पहला जवाब हुआ. दूसरी बात, डायमेंशन मीन्स powers given to fundamental quantity. You can see here that I have given power 0, 1 and minus 1 to the fundamental quantity mass, length and time. Powers given to fundamental quantity. Why we are giving these powers to fundamental quantity? Because I want to produce the unit meter per second for velocity. I have given powers, you may say index, to this fundamental quantity mass 0, length 1, t time minus 2. Why I have given these powers to this fundamental quantity? As this is the dimension, but with the help of that I have obtained the unit meter per second square of that acceleration. Means the second meaning can be expressed as dimension means powers given to fundamental quantity. For what purpose? To obtain unit of given quantity. So this is the meaning of dimension. Similarly, we can obtain the dimension of electric intensity and that of electric potential in terms of another fundamental quantity, electric current, and other case also. I hope you understood the meaning of dimension. In next case, we have to discuss how dimension can be obtained or how dimension can be produced for the given physical quantity. Thank you.